It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update as we have news on some expiring AEW contracts. AEW signed a former champion in WWE, and the former Bray Wyatt has been hacked. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. This weekend, pro wrestling legend and current AEW star Matt Hardy would take to Twitter to tease an upcoming gimmick change, moving away from his big money Matt persona. Hardy would tell his fans that he hopes to work on a new gimmick grounded in reality, based on the real him rather than playing a character, and he would tweet, "I plan on gearing more towards Matt Hardy going forward. It seems the AEW audience appreciates real, so I'll focus on being more authentic." This post was followed up by a video where Matt would elaborate on his future, stating that he wants to show his children the best version of himself, saying that there is nothing he loves more on this planet than his kids, and he would say, "It is very important to me that my children get to see the best of me as a professional wrestler because I know my time doing this job, living this career is limited. So it's very important that I optimize every bit of it and my children experience it in real time. That's very important to me, and to do that, I have to be the best version of Matt Hardy that I can possibly be." Since his debut in AEW, Hardy has undergone a plethora of character changes, debuting as Broken Matt Hardy before becoming Multifarious Matt Hardy, which saw him showing up with different gimmicks, from Broken to version 1 to a Hardy Boys Matt to Unkillable Matt. Hardy would eventually settle on his current heel persona as Big Money Matt, with him set to undergo the next phase of his evolution. It seems from his post that it will likely be a babyface character and someone that his kids can look up to. We have an update on the relationship between WWE's Charlotte Flair and AEW's Andrade El Idolo, who are said to have gone their separate ways. Last month, eagle-eyed fans noticed that Andrade had unfollowed Flair on Twitter and Instagram, which led to speculation that the engaged couple had indeed split. On top of this, Andrade is said to have deleted a number of pictures of the two together on his social media accounts. In an update provided by Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net, multiple sources have told him that the pair are no longer together. Sources indicate that the breakup did not appear to be mutual, and it was in fact Charlotte who ended the relationship, despite speculation of the contrary. Haynes noted that he was not given any details as to why the relationship came to an end, only that the two are officially done as of a couple of weeks ago. Andrade and Charlotte had been together for close to 3 years and had gotten engaged to be married in January 2020. This past weekend, the popular video game FORTNITE would bring Chapter 2 to an end as they transition into Chapter 3. For the small amount of you unaware, FORTNITE is a popular battle royale game where the world that the game is based in is ever evolving. The end of Chapter 2 would see a traditional live event take place where players could work together to save the FORTNITE universe from invading forces. During a cutscene, The Rock would make an appearance as the leader of the Foundation, a mysterious interdimensional traveler. It appears that the Great One will be a part of the next chapter and will most likely have a playable skin in the game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, me neither, as I haven't played the game in a very long time. But it is cool to see The Rock continue to expand his worldwide reach, joining arguably the most popular gaming franchise in the world. And last night, AAA would hold their Triple Mania Regia event from Monterrey, Mexico, with the show being headlined by a match for the vacant AAA Mega Championship. The belt has been vacant since injuries and upcoming surgeries caused former champion Kenny Omega to relinquish the title. The match would see El Hijo del Vikingo defeat Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido, Samurai del Sol, and AEW stars Bobby Fish and Jay Lethal to begin his first reign with the title. Elsewhere on the show, AEW Tag Team FTR would retain their AAA World Tag Team titles against the Lucha Brothers in a ladder match. The show also saw the AAA return of Taya Valkyrie, who was recently released from her WWE contract. She would appear in a video package to challenge Deonna Purrazzo for a future AAA Reina del Reinas Championship match. This weekend, legendary announcer Jim Ross would appear on his Grilling JR podcast, where he would give fans an update on his battle with skin cancer that has seen him being taken off AEW television whilst he goes through treatment. Ross would reveal that the cancer is no longer present in his back following radiation treatment, although there is some remaining elsewhere. He has also set a target for a return to the AEW commentary booth, and he said, They got all the cancer out of my back. I don't have any more cancer in my back. Just 2 places, my shoulder and down lower. If all goes on schedule, my last treatment will be on the day of the Dynamite show at Daly's place. I'll have my last treatment that morning and hopefully be back on the air that night. That's the plan. You've got to have a goal, right? Tony Khan is happy with that. I pitched him the whole concept. It's like an elephant in the room deal. Can't ignore it anymore. It's here. It's time. I told him what I'd like to see him do as a suggestion. For reference, the Daly's Place Dynamite show will be on the 29th of December 2021, so 4 days after Christmas, and this will be the final episode of Dynamite on TNT before their move to TBS the next week. 2 weeks ago, Jim would make his final appearance on AEW Dynamite before treatment, where he appeared to say his goodbyes to the AEW fanbase, telling them that he will see them soon. Ross would reveal that this was indeed off the cuff, giving his thoughts on that moment, and he said, "That was all me. I didn't have to ask Tony Khan for permission. He's supporting everything I do, and that's just how I rolled it out because we hadn't said anything about it the entire show. I knew that I wasn't going to come back until we had an exact plan in place, and I was pretty sure this would be it for a while, and it was. That's how I closed, and it got a lot of interest, and we're going to work our way through it. I'm going to be fine. Everybody just has to understand I'm going to be fine because I like to battle and I like to be competitive. Consequently, whatever it takes to get past this and solve this cancer issue is what we're going to do." Hopefully we can see continued progress through JR's treatment, who is currently in the process of undergoing 21 procedures in a row, and of course I look forward to his healthy return to All Elite Wrestling. As we discussed in a recent news video, the contract of several AEW originals are set to expire next year, including the likes of Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, and Chris Jericho. In an update provided by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the recent renewals of the contracts of the Young Bucks were done using a 2-year extension clause on top of the initial 3 years, which AEW President Tony Khan chose to activate. Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, and AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page are said to have contracts structured like this, meaning there is an option to extend by 2 years after the initial 3, although there is no word on if these deals have been extended as of yet. With that said, it was noted in the newsletter that many of them have been extended, and the expectation within the company is that they will all do so. Next up, AEW have added more names to their roster, both of them being recently released WWE superstars. Former NXT star Marina Shafir made her AEW debut this past Friday at a recent AEW Dark taping in Orlando, losing to Chris Statlander in singles action. Shafir has been a free agent since June, where she was released from her WWE contract. She is mostly known for her spot in the 4 Horsewomen of MMA group alongside Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and Jessamyn Duke before signing with WWE in 2018. There is no word on the extent of her involvement going forward, or if she has signed a deal with AEW or is simply appearing on a tryout basis. And secondly, AEW President Tony Khan took to Twitter this week to confirm that the former WWE Cruiserweight Champion Tony Nese has signed with the company and is officially All Elite. Nese has made several appearances for the promotion over the past month, and before Friday's episode of AEW Rampage, Khan would tweet, "The TNT title is at stake in a huge match tonight on AEW Rampage. We had the great champion Sammy Guevara, and I'm so impressed by the challenger. He's been one of the hottest free agents in the business. Ahead of this huge match tonight, I'm making it official. Tony Nese is All Elite." Unfortunately for Nese, he would be unsuccessful in his match against TNT champion Sammy Guevara, although it seems he has caught the eye of the company's president, and he could be in for a push going forward if he continues to impress. And finally, former WWE superstar Bray Wyatt has been hacked on Twitter, with his account being used by the culprit to scam his fans. Throughout the past few hours, various posts have appeared on Wyndham's timeline, claiming to have several PlayStation 5 consoles that he is selling for face value. Of course, these posts are not from Wyndham, with him no doubt having been hacked by scammers, who will be taking people's money without sending them a console, whilst pretending to be Wyatt himself. This is a common scam, with PS5s being in high demand due to the slow production of the console for various reasons. I've in fact been on the receiving end of a PS5 scam in the past, where I bought one on eBay and received a jacket. Luckily, I did get my money back. But going back to the Wyatt situation, when messaging the account myself to find out the details, the scammer asked for $550 with the payment through Zelle, which is a US-based payment platform. It's currently unknown if the hacker's intentions are to go beyond scamming money from Wyndham's fans, with the individual now having access to his personal messages. Let's hope that Wyndham can get control of his account once again, and please do not send this account any money, as he is 100% being compromised. Scams using wrestlers' own accounts and fake accounts pretending to be a wrestler seem to be on the rise, as we saw by the recent attack on Seth Rollins on Raw by a fan who thought Rollins had been ripping him off for money, when it was in fact a catfishing scam. But just be wary and, as I say, don't send your money to anyone claiming to be your favourite wrestler. And before you go, make sure you check out my video where I discuss 10 UFC fighters that are perfect for WWE or AEW.